Hello and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a cleaning slash laundry motivation video. I'm going to be getting a lot of laundry done, wash, dry, and fold, tidying up, and of course, getting some stuff done in the kitchen. So if you're ready to get some cleaning and laundry motivation, please keep watching and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Thank you. Yep, so back to this comforter, but I don't mind it at all because this is my favorite comforter out of the couple comforters that I do have for our bed. We were using the gray one for a little bit. I don't know if that was in any previous videos, but of course something happened. I can't remember, but I'm sure it got dirty somehow, just having my toddler always sleeping with me, and I had to change it. But like I said, I don't mind it at all. So we are back to this one for a little while. And this day, I don't know if you can tell by the way that the sun is shining in from the window. Obviously, I was really late on tidying up the house. Usually I try to make beds, do all that good stuff even before I leave to drop off the kids to school. But today was just not that day. Some mornings are better than others. And today it just wasn't happening, so I had to do it in the afternoon. And I mean, I really don't mind, but I do just like to have that stuff done kind of as soon as I get up or just anytime before lunch, but that was not happening today. Piggybacking on the last voiceover, so I am not a morning person whatsoever, but I get up, because my kids need breakfast, they need adult supervision. But I feel like once I do get up, I do kind of get a little energized, like once I get going. And that's what I've been kind of realizing the past couple days. I've been so tired after work, but I feel like it's just my mindset is always go, go, go during the day. And by the time I'm done with work, I literally just want to sit on the couch. But with that, it does make me more tired. So lately I've been trying to get my mind right and kind of just keep going after work, because then also that's kind of the time I like to spend with my family, and I don't want to be tired the whole time that I get to spend with them. But that's what I've been trying to do lately. And then on another note, I feel so bad because specifically this morning, the day I'm doing this voiceover, I was so mad because Michael had to go to work early today, and he woke up so freaking early. He ended up waking up, I think, around 6:15. And I do not need to get up early at that time, by no means. And I just couldn't fall back asleep. I think I laid in bed for 45 more minutes. And of course, with that, my youngest woke up, and so Mike ended up, just cooking and doing breakfast for him. But yeah, instead of laying in bed an extra 45 minutes, I would have just loved to have slept for an extra 45 minutes. But it's okay, Michael. I forgive you. I know you needed to go to work early today, so it's okay. I don't even know why I was upset or why I'm complaining, because I've kind of done away with the fact that I can quote unquote sleep in. But I guess technically, like, it's not even that. I just remember the days before I had kids, and sleeping in was like until 10 a.m., 11 a.m. But those days are far gone. I consider sleeping in now, I think, until 8 a.m. and even 7:30. Like, that's considered sleeping in for me. It just is what it is when you have children, because I feel like sometimes you even have to get up before them just so you can be ready for them and be ready to start the day with them. Don't get me wrong, there are days that my kids do wake up before me, but as soon as I hear them awake, I immediately jump up, get out, brush my teeth, get up. And then if not, then we're kind of all just getting up at the same time, and it's okay. That was a long clip of me putting away laundry. I did not realize how long that was. I mean, of course, when you speed it up, it's not so long. But I'm thinking that day, I think I combined like mine and my toddler's clothes in one load. Usually I like to do everything separately. I'll do like my clothes, my delicates, and then obviously my toddler's by himself. But I just remember when we went on our summer vacation with my sister-in-laws, there's only one washer and one dryer, but there was literally 3 families total in the house. And so whoever just needed to wash something, you just had to throw it in the basket that was in that laundry room. And then whenever the washer was free, someone would just throw that whole basket in. And so everybody's laundry was just kind of mixed together. And I remember us doing that last time we had went on a vacation together. And at first I was kind of opposed to it because, like I said, I just like to do everything separately. But then just come to find out, I don't know if it's like, my minor OCD, just wanting to do everything separately. But I mean, our clothes were fine. My clothes were fine afterwards. And so I've kind of adapted to doing that back at home now, because it does save me some time. Because let's say I don't have that many dirty clothes, but I still need to wash them. And then I'll just throw in like some of my kids' clothes or Michael's clothes. And then that makes like one total load. So yeah, I don't know if I've been doing laundry wrong this whole time, but that's just something that I've been doing lately as well. but only when my clothes don't make enough to make it a full load. I think the reason I wash everything separately, not the dishes, my clothes, is because I kind of grew up washing all the white clothes together with bleach, and then you end up washing all your color clothes together. And I think as I got older and on my own, I didn't really own any white clothes, and so it just wasn't really necessary. And all of my work clothes were always dark colors. So, yeah, it just wasn't necessary. And I don't really buy white clothes for my kids because they're kids and they're going to get dirty. I think I had bought my toddler a white shirt. He had needed it we needed it for beach photos for our summer vacation. So I literally just bought him a plain white t-shirt, didn't let him wear it beforehand or anything. Literally went from like the store to my house to the suitcase onto him right before we left to the beach for beach photos. And here is a perfect example of why. He was wearing it the other day. I didn't really care if he got it dirty or anything because it has already served its purpose. And he had gotten those little packs of Nutella breadsticks. And I did not know. I was in my room. I don't know what I was doing in my room, but he was in the living room just playing and watching TV. And I come out. He's got Nutella all over his mouth. And then, of course, there's a bunch on the white t-shirt. But here's the plus side to that. Like I said, the shirt already served its purpose, so it was okay. I mean, I did tell him to take it off, and I did scrub it with soap and water first, the whole pre-treat thing, and then just threw it, in the hamper. And then I think I ended up washing it today or yesterday. And of course, you could still see the stain a little bit, but I have no intentions of making him wear that shirt again, unless it's around the house or to go to sleep in. I have been trying my best to dry my dishwasher door as soon as I'm done putting dishes in there and after washing them. I'm going to be honest, I have not been consistent with this. I think I was consistent with it for maybe 3 or 4 days. But honestly, even doing it those 3 or 4 days has helped a lot. I've noticed that it doesn't look as gunky and the hard water doesn't look so bad. I mean, as you can see, I'm wiping it dry and it does not look bad at all. I do like doing this just because, the way it looks so clean, but just some days I forget. It just slips my mind. It's just one of those new things that I need to get accustomed to doing and get used to doing. So you're going to see at the end of this clip when I'm done folding the towels, I do leave the microfiber towels and the smaller hand towels there in a nice little pile. That is one of the other chores that I give my oldest to do, but it has been something, once again, he's been doing for years, folding the little hand towels. It's an easy chore for small kids to do, and of course, he's gotten older and he still does it. I feel like we're halfway there with him. Like, there are some days that I do need to tell him to do stuff, but then there's other days he takes it upon himself to do something. And I remember, honestly, I was not to the point of, oh, seeing something that needs to get done and then just taking the initiative to do it. I didn't reach that until like I was in high school. And my oldest, he is not quite at that age yet. So I'm kind of giving him until then to be, 100% take the initiative, do it. Not that he doesn't take the initiative to do other things. It's just, cleaning wise and chore wise in the house. He is a very good listener though, because every time I do tell him to get something done, it gets done. I can count on it getting done no matter what. And I know you're probably like, oh, why doesn't he just fold the big towels? Because honestly, I remember folding big towels when I was like in elementary school. But I think just one day he folded them and I just like things a certain way. But honestly, there's a reason why, because the towels only fit so good on the shelf that I put them on if they are folded this way. I think the way he was folding them, it was just kind of like in a big old square. And then I did try to teach him, but I think at that point he was still a little bit too young. And honestly, I haven't tried teaching him again, so maybe I need to try again and see if he'll catch on. Might need to do that. I know y'all saw that hot mess of a counter. There was literally food on the counter, dishes on the counter. Oh my God, this day was just so overwhelming. I don't know what was happening that weekend, but we barely had time to even grocery shop. And so this morning, I had to bake the spaghetti squash because we were behind on the meal prepping. And so for this particular week, we were doing spaghetti squash with a little bit of protein pasta and then some ground beef and ground sausage with red pasta sauce, like red tomato sauce. The spaghetti squash does take a while to bake in the oven, so I figured I would do that and help out a little bit because Michael's the one who usually does all the meal prepping. But I figured I would do that for him this week. And then on top of that, whenever we go grocery shopping, I feel like I always let my lunch go to the wayside just because I can kind of eat anything. Like as long as I have eggs, sausage, or bacon, and then some type of bread, like a bagel or a biscuit, like I'm fine. But some days I do get tired of it, so I do need a variety. And of course, I keep the canned chicken and canned tuna in the pantry. But then sometimes I get tired of that as well. And so I had found an old frozen pizza in the freezer. Well, I don't know. I guess I don't want to say old, but I just didn't want it to go to waste. And so I ended up making that for lunch, and I ate that for lunch because I just wanted something different. And I love pizza. Obviously, it wasn't the best pizza, but I was just not craving any breakfast food or tuna or chicken. I meant by the canned tuna and the canned chicken. I'm not just eating it out of the can. I'll make a nice little tuna salad or a chicken salad. But of course, I like it to be cold, but just those days I was just not craving anything cold. And oh my God, we still have a bunch in the pantry, but it's okay. The craving will come back to me and then that won't go to waste either. Because lately, what I've been doing for lunch are some like loaded yogurt bowls. So just plain Greek yogurt with some strawberries or blueberries. I sprinkle some cinnamon, some cinnamon sugar, just regular sugar with some coconut flakes. And then I had bought a pack of individually packed like nuts from Sam's. So I've been trying to get rid of those. So I've literally been taking 2 packs of those because they're small packs. And there's a mixture of like walnuts, peanuts, almonds. I think there's like raisins, dried cranberries. It's kind of like a little mix of stuff like that. And then I'll just drizzle some honey over the yogurt bowl. And that's kind of been my lunch. And so I'll eat that. And then if I'm still hungry, I'll have half of a bagel with cream cheese. Because that was another thing. My grocery store had like a $2 coupon for a pack of Thomas bagels. So then they were only coming out to like $1.50 for a 6-pack. So that's what lunch has been lately. Maybe I'll switch it up here in the next couple of days. I am so excited. We are finally making some fall plans. So I went grocery shopping, of course, this past weekend, and there was a flyer for a trunk or treat at our grocery store in the parking lot. And I do remember seeing that in years past, but we just never made it out because we were always doing other things like other trunk or treats, just other stuff, and we just never had time to go. So I figured this year will be the year that we'll try the one at our grocery store. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, I'm sure it'll be the same, just like every other one, but, just a change of scenery. Well, not change of scenery, I should say, change of location. And then, of course, we're still going to try to do the pumpkin patch. And then there's a park that we love to go to. They do a big trunk or treat. We did it last year. Well, we went last year. Oh my God, there were so many cars, so much candy. And then they ended up doing like a movie in the park. We didn't stay for the movie, but this year we will try to stay for the movie. But that's kind of going to be a challenge because it is around dinner time when they're going to start the movie. Of course, when the sun goes down because, it's outside. They will have food trucks and food vendors, but of course, that can add up pretty quickly and get kind of costly. Sometimes we will buy stuff from the food truck. I think we did that last year. There was a pizza truck, so we all ate pizza, but that was literally just for a snack. But this time around, like I said, the movie's going to start around dinner time. So I've been kind of debating what I want to do about that, if I want to pack us like a little picnic or if we should just bite the bullet and buy food from the food trucks there. Okay, so here I like to do as much prepping as I can, even if it means just getting out all the seasonings, because as you can see, it takes, a few seconds. And so if that can shave some time off later, then I am all for it. And like I mentioned earlier in this video, we were kind of behind on meal prepping. And so I had made the spaghetti squash, and then either Mike or I was going to make the ground beef and the Italian sausage mixture. I think I ended up actually doing it this time. And so with that, I do like to use, of course, the chopped up garlic. We do have fresh garlic, but then I also keep a tiny jar of minced garlic in the fridge just for those times when I don't have time to mince my own garlic. But the seasonings that I use, and I mean, it's pretty universal. It's the salt, pepper, paprika, oregano, Italian seasoning, and then onion and garlic powder. Even though I am putting garlic cloves in there, I still like to use the garlic powder just to give it some more flavor. And then with this, I think we actually made some mushrooms as well to go with the meal. This is something I usually have my kids do as well. That's kind of part of their chores. We keep all the paper towels and toilet paper upstairs because that's kind of where our extra closet is in this house. I mean, we do have one downstairs, but I just keep toys in there, and it's kind of like a coat closet, but I mean, we're not having parties or get-togethers all the time, so it's not really used for that. It's kind of used for storage. I've got holiday decorations. We've got I think Michael's old Marine bag is in there. So yeah, it's just used as a storage/toy closet. But yeah, usually I'll just have the kids run up and, tell them, hey, bring down some paper towels or bring down some toilet paper, and they'll bring it down. And it's so cute because my toddler, he thinks everything's a race, and so he'll go up and come down. So it's a nice little chore, like even for him to do. It has taken me so long to do the voiceover for this video because usually my allergies do not get so bad. Like as an adult, I've noticed my allergies just don't get bad. But I remember like in middle school and high school, my allergies were so bad. I was always having to take medicine. But man, I want to say for the past week, my allergies have just been so bad, like to the point where my head was actually hurting, my ears were actually hurting, and that usually doesn't happen. And it first started off, with the sore throat, the cough, that went on for like a couple days. But then by day 3, day 4, that's when the headaches came in, the earaches came in, and then I couldn't breathe through my nose. I woke up one morning and I couldn't breathe. At first, I was worried that I was really sick, but then I kind of had to put two and two together. I'm like, okay, like, it's okay. I just think it's allergies. And so we actually had some medicine in the cabinet. I can't remember which one it was, but it was a Walgreens brand, but I can't remember which ingredient it was. It wasn't the one with the L. What is it? The loratadine. It wasn't that one. It was a different one. So I took that for a few days because you're only allowed to take one per day. And the past couple days, I feel like I've been on the up and up, but man, at the beginning of the week, it was just, it was bad, but at least my body was okay. It was just kind of, from the neck up, like everything was struggling. But yeah, I'm kind of glad it was just allergies and not any type of infection. Here's how everything goes, right? So, right when I was starting to get better from my allergies, my oldest starts waking up, with a stuffy, runny nose, and he tells me his throat is hurting. And so I'm just like, oh no, like now now his allergies are acting up. And I was like, oh, great. And so with him, I usually give him children's Claritin, and we only had I think 2 more doses left. And so we did the 2, and then we had to go to the store and get more. But at least I know with him, it's the same thing. Like, he's not sick or anything. It is, in fact, allergies. And the reason why I knew it is obviously, we don't have a fever. Our bodies were fine. It has just been not even so cold in the mornings, but the temperature just drops in the mornings, and then it goes back to being hot during the day. And usually it's not like that where we live. It's usually just hot all the time. And so obviously I was like, it's the weather change and it's just messing us all up. And so I'm kind of glad that I know that, he'll be on the up and up within the next few days as well, as long as he keeps taking the Claritin. I know I'm not the only mom or parent who feels this way, but I just hate when my kids are sick. I mean, I'm glad, like I said, it's not any infection or anything. I mean, it is just the allergies. But still, I don't like to see him all stuffy, and just because, I know how it feels, just waking up one morning and just, being a mouth breather and everything's just all congested. So, I just feel bad. I don't think any of us ever feel good when our kids are in any type of form sick and not feeling good. I'm just glad it's nothing worse. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have been enjoying this cooler weather. I mean, it's not too cold. It's just been in the low 60s, 60, 61 in the mornings for a couple hours, but then it goes back up to the 80s. I don't know if it's reached, no, I think it has reached the 90s. So yeah, I think that kind of messes with us a little bit. in the mornings it's a little bit cool and then hot during the day. And hopefully, it's just one and done. Hopefully we got it over with and our bodies adjusted to the weather. I don't know. We'll see. Then to top it off, he still had to go to volleyball practice. But like I said, it's not really debilitating him or myself when I was going through it. And then we had my grandpa's birthday party this past weekend. And so I still went to that as well because I felt fine. And that was when, I was in the thick of, taking my medicine. I did sound stuffy, so I hope I didn't scare anybody that was there. Because, whenever you're somewhere and people sound like they're sick, people are kind of like, oh, like, get away from me, get away. Yeah, that was me. I was that person. And that's why it took so long to do the voiceover for this video as well. I mean, I understand you got to do what you got to do. So a part of me wanted to push through and do the voiceover all stuffy. But then the other part was kind of like, I don't think I want to put anybody who's watching this through that to hear me do the voiceover all stuffy. I just realized in my last video, I was saying how Michael's tendinitis was flaring up and acting up and how that was kind of when my throat started getting sore. So it's just so crazy how if it is not one thing, it is another. It just never stops. But I mean, what is life? I mean, I always want to slow down and relax, but I know you've heard me say it before. So here it goes. I've said it before and I'll say it again. These days are going to be long gone someday. So even if you are in the trenches or going through a storm, we just have to do our best to enjoy every day that we're here. I don't mean to get all mushy, but that has been one thing that Michael and I have been trying to teach our kids lately is just to, wake up with a grateful heart and just always be grateful. Like, even if you had a bad day, be grateful for the bad day because you can learn something from everything that happened. I just think that there's a lesson to be learned from everything, whether it be good or bad. And honestly, that's how I always used to think, like, I guess starting from when I was a teenager, just being grateful for every little thing. And yeah, Mike and I were talking the other day and we just kind of agreed that, that's one of the things that, we'd like to instill in our kids is just to be grateful for the lives that they have and everything and everybody that is in it. If you made it this far, thank you so much for being here and for coming along with me to clean and get some laundry done. I hope this video gave you some motivation to do just that and get up and get moving. I hope you have a great day, night, week, weekend, or whenever you are watching this. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I will see you next time.